Hello. So, there's this saying that growth happens out of your comfort zone. And today I just want to talk about what else happened out of your comfort zone. And the thing is trauma. So, trauma happens out of comfort zone, and there's many people who go out of their comfort zone and then they are actually in trauma response, but they just hold on to the quote that growth happens out of comfort zone, and they just keep pushing themselves forward and keep trying to do something. So the thing is that you can actually achieve something, because one of the trauma response is called fight. And I'm not talking about the fight as a literal fight, because a lot of people talk about fight as very literal, that you become aggressive, you become angry and things like that. But how I see is that the energy of fight is high, right? So the energy gets brought up to a higher level, and with that higher level, it can or may also look like a moment of impulse, the moment of courage that a person can take, or can take action into doing something, which then when the person did that, it seems like, oh, the person got out of his or her comfort zone and then did something, and then they are growing. So it may not necessarily be the case, because fight is a trauma response, and fight, it just means that your energy level rises, and then you can possibly take action. So I have been speaking to a few clients about this recently, that I'm all for challenging. I'm all for people challenging themselves and getting out of their comfort zone, whereby they are slightly uneasy, but it is still within a manageable range. So it's manageable in the sense that you still can regulate your system, you still can have a breather, and you still can think logically, or you can still feel comforted. So when I say feel comforted, doesn't mean that you're in your comfort zone. It just means that, if you are worried, for example, I really don't like to do videos, but I can regulate that emotions enough that I can still do it, and I don't feel like I'm dying. I don't feel like it's so scary that it paralyzed me. So I tell clients that if something challenges you so much that it sends you into a mode of panic, a space whereby you feel like you are very overwhelmed, you want to just ignore or avoid that person or whoever that gives you that challenge, then you may be in a space whereby it's not conducive to so-called learn or grow, right? So the bottom line is that always check in with yourself, the kind of growth or the kind of challenge that you are taking on. Is it something that is manageable by your own body, by your own system? And if your body doesn't feel like it can take that challenge, then there's no way it's called growth. It's not, because you may complete that, but it is not something that you can replicate it again and again and again comfortably or safely. I wouldn't use the word comfortably, but safely, because at some point you may feel so overwhelmed that you cannot deal with your own emotions, you cannot deal with that fear, you cannot deal with that stress, and then that's not growth, right? So growth is something that you want to expand, and you want to be able to continue that momentum in a, okay, I don't want to use the word comfortable, but you want to be able to keep that momentum in a healthy, steady kind of manner. And when I say steady, I'm not talking about consistent, okay? I'm talking about being able to replicate it without always needing somebody to like push you to do it, right? So here's what I want to talk about in a different perspective as to the quote, right? And once again, it's nothing about the quote, okay? It's not about the quote, it's just that the context of the quote matters, and situations matter. Each individual will be different. So that's that.